Hey, it's Ruben in the shop, bringing you a haul video. I was at the post office yesterday, finished dropping off the packages, and just had a feeling I should go thrifting. So I went to my favorite spot, and sure enough, they had some cool stuff. Let's see what I... Alright, little table, interesting things. We'll start with this. I think it's a door stop. Door can fit in there. Seemed a little too wide to be a letter holder. Southwest decor, it's a bear with a heart line. I don't know if you can tell, but the metal has some type of like, what would you call it? They treated it to make it iridescent. So thought that was cool. I paid $130 for everything. Yeah, I think that was like 6 or 7. Ring bell for service. I don't know if that's very old. It does work, and these things always sell just like the bells, as long as they're somewhat different. This normal bell here, it's just like a $10 thing, but now that it has signage on it, and I don't know, a little bit different. Probably get 40, 50 bucks for it. Next is this belt buckle. Paid 15 for it. Kind of been on a buckle kick. No signature or anything. Inlaid stonework, 1983, PSR T+S. I'm thinking it's Palm Springs Rodeo, something and something, first place team. Palm Springs Rodeo currently is like a real famous gay rodeo. I don't know if that's what they were doing in 1983 or if this is even Palm Springs Rodeo, but more research will have to be done. We'll see. This turtle here, at first I thought it was the rubber turtle that Mattel put out in the 60s, and his head would like move a little bit. I asked how much it was, and it was $5. Then I picked it up, and it's actually a stone carving, probably Africa. I have a few other pieces like this, and they're pricey, but the market's not super hot. So, cool thing for $5. Behind that is a little, I don't know if that's resin or ceramic. It reminded me of the 60s Italian pottery, kind of whimsical. This has a marking on the bottom. I haven't figured out the name. It's only from '93, but had the right look. Only a couple bucks. The chicken was, I think, $10, and it's hand carved. It's hand painted. Has an artist signature on the bottom. Routinely, they sell for like 50, 60 bucks. Recently, there's been a couple that went for like 120, 140. So I'm hoping that's the chicken that laid the golden egg, and hopefully get 140 for it. This is off the Spillik River in Papua New Guinea, and it is a suspension hook. This is a utilitarian thing. Hangs inside the home from a rope, and from those hooks, they would put big baskets that held food and clothing and stuff you don't want animals getting into, and that was kind of like their closet system. 20th century, really cool. It was hanging up on the wall, and I couldn't say no to it. I think I paid 20 for it, maybe 25. That's a little $4 cat in the back. It's an incense holder. That's what that little thing is for. I'm thinking it's made in Mexico, probably in the last 40 years. And for a few bucks, cats sell. That's like a $25 to $40 thing. We have this little guy, little gnome. He was $1. I think that says, or is part of a stamp that says Japan. And he's only worth a few bucks, but he was cool. I maybe overpaid on this. This is made of fish scales, bone, clay, beans, and vertebrae and quills. So it has the look, but that clay makes me think it's like contemporary. I don't think it's very old. That's a fish mouth. So I picked it up. I haven't found out what it is yet, but if you know, let me know. If you like it, let me know too. And okay, we got this jacket. And saw it. It's an Eisenhower, so it's World War II. And we can run through what all the symbolism is on this jacket really quick. It is a 40 long. I like the long ones because they're more feasible to wear. But let's look. Sergeant, then we know that. U.S. Army. Engineer. Sergeant. That's an original 40s patch from the 7th Army. This is just good conduct. That is the Golden Duck, which is honorable discharge. I like this little detail in the stitching. And then those 5 bars, I believe every bar is 6 months in foreign service. So World War II, either in, I'd have to look to see where the 7th Army was, but yeah, it's 2.5 years. During World War II, really cool jacket. This would have been his jacket after he had come home. And yeah. What else did we get? Oh, more art. I saw this print there a while ago. Never asked about it because there wasn't a price on it. I finally asked today because it was in a back room on a high shelf. And the guy said 10 bucks. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely grab that. I can't figure out the signature. I had a piece very similar to this called Peyote Sunrise that did really well, but I knew the artist and I can't remember his name now. So if you know anything, let me know. I'll keep on researching. Saw this up on their wall. It's the just brass seagulls made in India from the 70s, mid-century modern. It has a cool look. It has a chain there you can hang it from, but it also has 2 little circle hooks on the back to hang it from, so you don't have to have the chain. And yeah, I paid 15 bucks for it. It's like a $50 thing. Some jeans. Yeah, all this except for the hat. The hat I got for a couple bucks. The jeans, the clothing I got at a different thrift store. I made one more stop. So I spent that 132 bucks. They were super stoked. The guy's like, oh man, you really made our day today. So they were probably slow. And got some money going into the community. What made a second stop, I had passed by this thrift store thinking, I'm not going to stop today. And then on my way back home, I was like, I should stop. So this is where it gets interesting. I find these on the clothing rack after I had purchased some art. I dropped the art in my car, and then I'll show it to you in a second. Went back to buy some clothing. There is another guy who is shopping for clothing very aggressively. I try not to really worry about it anymore since there's so much clothing everywhere. I did pull these things out. Saw the rainbow Coach. This has to be bootleg, right? Because that says leatherwear, Coach leatherwear, unless it was like a giveaway during Pride. It has to be bootleg. But I got it because they do sell on eBay for like 40 bucks. But it's a risk to list them. So what should I do? What should I do? Got this vintage pair of Levi's. They're actually Levi's for women. I believe they're from '94. Yeah, love made in the USA 501s. Always going to pick them up. They were $8.50. The other guy who was shopping aggressively saw me pull these off the rack and then all of a sudden was shopping like right on my hip the rest of the way through the pants. Luckily, he didn't go ahead of me. I saw these. These ones are also have a tag inside, made in the USA, Levi's. I saw this label and I was like, that just looks like a little bit different. At first, I thought they were going to be old Levi's. Now I'm questioning if they're not just bootleg Levi's from the late 90s. They were hemmed. They're $8.50. They're a nice pant, so we'll list them. We'll see what's up. And then finally the paintings. So I walk into the thrift store and I see not these. I see a really crappy landscape, but it was huge. And I was like, look at that giant painting. So I check it out, and then on the wall they have another painting, probably from the, well, I know it's from the 50s. It looked okay. It had some look to it, but they wanted $190 for it. And yeah, so I was like, well, let me see what they got in the actual art section. So I go over there. There are 5 paintings. These 3 are all hanging up on the wall, and then there are 2 on the ground. 2 on the ground are a little bit different than these. One of them I thought was the same artist. One of them I thought was someone copying him, or like in that vein. So I didn't pick up the other 2 because No signature, no provenance, kind of leaves me in a bad place. But these ones, when I took one off the wall to see what was up, and they are signed. So here's signature on the back. It's in German. Scheherazade, which I know there's a musical. Yeah, we'll look it up. I'll put it down there. But the artist is Klaus Bartmann, the German, and kind of contemporary art Berlin is where these came from. So they're all signed on the back. One of them has like the little card with it that says it's mixed media and all that jazz. This guy's had, well, I don't know if there's been books written on him, but there are catalogs out of his work. So I ordered one because he did a one-man show in Los Angeles in 1989. These paintings were all executed in 88 and 89. The show was in November, so it makes sense for them to be later. It was called Klaus Bartmann One-Man Show. Klaus Bartmann One-Man Show. Oh, where was it? Oh, man. Some German city to Los Angeles. You'll see this. Repro 6x7 OK. Repro 6x7 OK. I found these prints that were also at this show, I believe. And someone currently, they had like 6 of them. They sold out of them, and they were selling them for $100. And they're smaller prints. Once I get this catalog, I ordered off of Amazon from the show, I'll have a much better conception of what these are. Because if these are those, then it will be easier to sell them, and I'll try to sell them at like an auction house, Bottoms and Butterfield or Christie's, because they have locations not too far from me, and I can send them pictures and see what's up. But yeah, this was a cool find. What did I pay? I paid $100 a piece for these. I figured if they're the print versions of them were worth $100, then the paint versions should be worth some good money. I saw one of his contemporaries had some art, or one piece that went up that was kind of similar to one of these, and Christie's had estimated it at $4,000 to $6,000, but it didn't sell. So maybe there's value here, but not really any market. And if there's no market, that value is kind of just made up. But I'll keep you guys updated. My name is Ruben. I'm having a good day. Hoping you're having a good day. Let's talk again soon.